Kiko, do you feel hard done by tonight?
Me siento muy triste, me siento muy frustrado porque he trabajado muy duro, he venido con mucha ilusión, he venido con mucha alegría para conseguir la victoria y la verdad que estoy muy triste.
Yes, I'm really sad at the moment, first and foremost, because I worked really hard.
You know, sort of the big question is, did you think that you had it going down the stretch?
I thought it was close because I'm in the fight, you know, and he's throwing and then defending a lot, and it depends how people like to see it. It is what it is, you know, we got the win.
Welcome back, guys. Got another Sporting Advantage stat breakdown today. Today's breakdown, we will be covering Kiko Martinez versus Zelfa Barrett. Usually I don't do breakdowns this soon, but this fight was pretty controversial amongst a lot of people. So I went ahead and did all the stats, the numbers on it, and, you know, we're going to draw a conclusion on who we felt won the fight. Now, before we go any further into this, I know a lot of people don't really agree with this way of scoring it. And I'm not trying to say that this is the way to score it, but this is another way that we can look at the fight and see what happened, you know, aside from three judges and their personal opinion. All right, so rounds 1 through 4, you have Zelfa Barrett. He landed 35 punches in rounds 1 through 4. Martinez, he was able to land 49 punches. So right there, that's already a 14 punch difference on landing. When you look at thrown here, Zelfa Barrett threw 173 shots and Martinez threw 177 shots. So pretty close there on the punches thrown. Now, the landing percent, you have Zelfa Barrett at 20%, and you have Martinez at 27%. So you can already see that Martinez is able to be a little bit more effective as far as throwing and landing. All right, rounds 1 through 4, average punches landed per round. You have Zelfa Barrett. He was averaging right at 8.75. And Kiko Martinez, round 1 through 4, was averaging 12.25. So, yeah, that's, you know, right at about 4 punches difference that Kiko Martinez is able to put up over Zelfa Barrett in rounds 1 through 4. Rounds 5 through 8. You have Zelfa Barrett. He landed 37 shots. And Martinez, Kiko Martinez, landed 65 shots. So right here, we'll go ahead and stop just because you can see already that Kiko Martinez has really picked up the pace. And as far as landing goes, and, you know, he's able to land, you know, too shy of 30 more punches in the middle rounds compared to Zelfa Barrett. Now let's look at punches thrown. Punches thrown, you have Zelfa Barrett. He threw 203. And Kiko Martinez threw 195. So Barrett was more productive, more aggressive, but Martinez was able to land way more, even though Barrett was throwing a lot more punches. Now, we look at the percentages here. You have Barrett that was only able to land 18% of his shots. We look at Kiko Martinez, and he was able to land 33% of the shots. So when we look at rounds 1 through 4, he's dropped 2%, Zelfa Barrett has, and Kiko Martinez, he's been able to raise his landing to thrown ratio to, what is that, right at about, 6%. He's able to pick it up there in the middle rounds. So, so far, the stats are telling us that this is Kiko Martinez's fight to lose. We'll have to see what happens in 9 through 12. Average punches landed for rounds 5 through 8. You have Zelfa Barrett. He was able to land 9.25, so he picked up a little bit as far as comparing 5 through 8 and 1 through 4. Not very much, but he's able to increase it a little bit. Now let's look at Kiko Martinez. He was able to land 16.25 on average shots per round in the middle rounds. And yeah, that's really, really I mean, it's a lot better than the first rounds 1 through 4 for him. You know, he increased it by about 4 punches from that. But when you look at him versus Zelfa Barrett in rounds, 5 through 8, that's already right at about 7 punches more that he's landing per round. Rounds 9 through 12, you have Zelfa Barrett. He was able to land 45 shots. That's already, we know that that's the most he's been able to land the entire fight. Kiko Martinez, though, he was able to land 70 shots. 70 shots. That's insane. So, yeah, that's a 35 punch gap right there. And let's look at punches thrown here. You have Barrett. He threw 219, and Martinez only threw 173. So Barrett, you can kind of see here that Barrett knew that he needed, to pick up the pace to, try and land a lot more shots, because maybe he felt that he wasn't ahead on the cards. But in doing so, he was not, he was able to land more, but he wasn't able to keep up with Kiko Martinez's pace. Like I said, or let's look at the percent landed here. You have Barrett was only able to land 21% of his shots, and Kiko Martinez was able to land a whopping 40% of his shots. Like I said, it's, 70 shots that he landed, and he threw 173. So, man, that was very, very good closing 4 rounds for Kiko Martinez. Rounds 9 through 12, average punches landed. You have Zelfa Barrett. He was able to land 11.25, and Kiko Martinez was able to land 17.5. So right here, the rounds 9 through 12 was the best round for both men as far as being able to land punches. You have Zelfa Barrett. He's able to increase his by about 3. And Kiko Martinez just continues to increase his as well. He's only able to increase it by a little bit over 1 shot, but still, that's about a 6-punch difference in the final 4 rounds that he's able to do better than Zelfa Barrett. All right, on total punches landed throughout the fight, you have Zelfa Barrett at 117. That he's able to land the entire time, and Kiko Martinez, he was able to land 184. So yeah, that's a big difference right there. We're looking at about 70 punch difference between the two as far as landed. Let's look at thrown here. Punches thrown, the total amount. You have Barrett that was able to throw 595. And Kiko Martinez only threw 445. So, yeah, Barrett was very active, especially like in those the last 2 set of rounds that we went over. We knew he was really picking up the pace when it comes to thrown. So, yeah, he has Kiko Martinez, by about 140 shots there on thrown. But when you look at the landed, like I said, Kiko Martinez is right at about 70 more shots. Now, this is one stat that I wanted to do just because I thought it was fairly interesting. So the power punches landed, they have Zelfa Barrett was able to land 77 of 117 power shots, which is, pretty good. But you look at Kiko Martinez, he was able to land 144 power shots. That's only 40 there's only 40 other shots that he threw in the fight. So the majority of it, almost every shot was a power shot from him. And one thing I do want to point out here, if you look at the shot difference between power punches for both fighters, they both equaled exactly 40. So there was only 40 punches that both fighters threw that were not power shots. So I thought that was kind of an interesting stat. You don't usually see them, both the exact number like that. All right, so in conclusion here, for the stat breakdown, we are going to have to give the win to Kiko Martinez. After breaking this whole fight down and looking at the numbers, putting them side by side, I don't see how he could have lost the fight, and I definitely don't see, the scorecards, how they were reflected. I think that it's a shame that, you know, the scorecards were that drastic, and hopefully this video can shine some light on, you know, there's a big problem in boxing, and it has to do with people's opinion. But thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you have a good rest of your day.